It is quite astounding, a kind of bitter irony, that you have President Trump going after the squad, the four congresswomen, Ayanna, Pressley, Alexandria, Ocasio-Cortez, Ilhan Omar, and Rashida Tlaib, telling them to go back to their countries, three of them, including Rashida Tlaib, born in the United States. But here he said, go back to their countries. And now he is demanding of Israel that Israel not allow Rashida Tlaib, who is the first Palestinian-American congresswoman, from returning to her family land where her grandmother lives.
Right. And that should be her human right. You know, she shouldn't have to ask for a special exception to that. But I think it's important that we focus here on the role of the Democrats, because actually the Democrats' absolute inability to hold Israel accountable for any of its human rights violations is what has allowed it to continue to increase with impunity its repressive policies. And although, you know, the Democratic leadership made some statements in support of the two congresswomen yesterday, in reality, for months and, in fact, years now, they've been working against the boycott, divestment, and sanction movements, trying to pass legislation against the boycott, divestment, and sanctions movement, calling it anti-Semitic. So they have contributed to the demonization and delegitimization of these congresswomen, which resulted in this action. And I think this is a real key moment for the Democrats, because while the old guard like Pelosi and Schumer and Hoyer, who defend Israel at all costs, the younger people of color, women, and, you know, all the polls show that that's true of that has very much, that's the population of people who have shifted in their positions on Israel in the last years, and is represented by people like the squad, that there's a real disconnect between the old guard Democrats and the new Democrats, and that they have, you know, there needs to be some actual concrete action, that platitudes are not enough anymore. We had Mark Pocan yesterday saying we should potentially condition aid to Israel. We've had Betty McCollum's bill, which is trying to place conditions on aid that's allowing Israel to put Palestinian children into jail. We have, you know, Representative Omar's legislation to protect the BDS movement. These are all actual concrete actions that Democrats could take to protect their own colleagues, rather than allowing Trump and Netanyahu to set the agenda. And I think that's what we need to look for now, is those kinds of actions. And I'm very thrilled, because JVP actually, a couple days ago, I couldn't have been able to talk in these terms. So we're now just launching JVP Action, which is our sister organization. So we're going to be doing electoral work, defending our champions, and holding elected officials accountable. And I think that's a reflection of where we are in the movement. We're starting to be able to push policies because we do have this rift in the Democratic Party.